Good morning, I'm Elliot. I'm here to disassemble this beautiful four-poster bed. Pretty straightforward process. All you need is a square head screwdriver and a 3/8 spanner, and you can get a bed like this down in no time.
Show us which tools you need.
So, 3/8 spanner. They're all labelled, get them at any hardware store, and then a screwdriver, positive or square head, depending on what you've got. Makes it a bit easier. So the first part of taking apart one of these beds like this is getting the slats and the centre rail out, and then you can take apart the whole frame. So in order to do that, we bring the slat over to the edge, and then you just give it a little lift and it pops out. You just give it a little tug. You can leave the shoes, they can stay in the central rail, and the other shoes on the slat stay apart easy as. And then we just repeat that both sides of the bed. Done in no time. So central rail is pretty easy. It just sits in at both ends. All you do is press on both sides and lift it up like so, and then lower it down, and you repeat the same at the other end, and then it's off.
I'll just pop the central rail down on its shoes and the metal won't damage anything like before.
So you might have started noticing we start building a few bits of extra pieces of equipment lying around. Best thing to do is have a cardboard box or just a plastic box like so on hand to put your gear into, and then we'll get another small jar when we start undoing all the screws to hold onto them, because you don't want to lose them when you're moving your bed.
Okay.
So the next part we're going to get onto is getting these rails off the top of the four-poster. It's just a little screw on the top. Make sure you always got a ladder in hand. We've got someone on as an extra safety, plus to pass you your tools. Just a point to add before we take it apart, every one of these rails and all the side pieces, they're all numbered. So for instance, this front left post here is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And they've all got a number stamped into them on the base, as well as the head and foot all have numbers stamped into them. We'll have a closer look at that later so you can actually see, but it just means when you're putting it together, 1 goes to 1, 2 goes to 2, and so on.
What's next?
Okay, well, we're going to remove the footboard. The side rails will be unscrewed through here. We'll drop those onto the floor, which means the headboard leans forward. We'll lay the footboard down and dismantle it on the rugs area.
So the next thing we're going to do is get these shoes and bolts out. What we use is a 3/8 spanner. And all it does is it goes into here, you start unscrewing it a little bit at a time. Once it's loose enough, the shoe that comes out, and once that's out, it's easy enough to pull the piece away from it. And we're just going to be repeating that with every single one around the whole bed.
Right, you ready with yours, mate?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take it down. Dowels go into the dowel box, and let's carry it over and lay it down. All right. Where have you put my spanner? There we go. So to remove the headboard, it's the same operation with this half moon washer. And see the numbers? That's what Elliot was talking about before, matching the numbers. Remove the bolts, it massively reduces the risk of damage during transit, because you can wrap the posts separately and there's no nasty metal thing to create havoc.